Today, we are going to explain a best thriller horror movie of 2024 in a violent nature. This movie is an experimental one in the slasher genre, and we are shown this story from the killer's point of view. Yes, it is indeed a new and unique experience. So, in the beginning, we are shown a scene of a forest where some friends had come for camping. We do not see their faces, but we come to know from their talks that they are in a graveyard. Near a fire tower, we see that a guy named Troy in the group sees a beautiful locket which was hanging in the bushes. He takes that locket, and after a while, a killer monster comes out from under the ground, who is very angry, and he started moving forward in the forest in search of the same locket which belonged to his mother, which was given by his dad, and this group does not even know that they have dug their own grave. Because of a locket, the killer who was sleeping peacefully was awakened, and he was walking in the forest, and he suddenly stopped where a rotten animal. The body of the killer was trapped in a trap, and there were cameras around which were tied to the trees. And then the sound of a horn is heard, and the killer also starts moving in that direction. There was a house at a short distance where the forest ranger and the owner of the house, Chuck, were arguing. That was the only house visible in the forest, and there was only forest all around. The ranger was warning Chuck to stop setting traps in the forest, or else next time I will have to come with the police, and after telling this, the ranger left from there, and Chuck went to his house, and the killer also followed him. Chuck came out from the back door with a gun because he had to go to the forest. Meanwhile, Johnny was sitting inside and was looking at the locket. He started seeing flashbacks of his father in the mirror. Well, this was not the locket that he was looking for. Then, the owner of the house comes inside and gets scared after seeing Johnny as if the ground has slipped from under his feet. Chuck's face was worth seeing. He ran towards the forest in panic, but Johnny was following him comfortably while walking. Chuck got panicked and got trapped in his own trap where he saw the animals. Johnny had made a trap for his mother, and then Johnny made a face mask of his face. Then Johnny reached home, and he came to know that it was not his mother's locket, and he went in search of it. He kept walking from morning to evening, and then a group of friends was going by car, and Johnny also started following them, and now evening had turned into night, and Johnny had reached near that group. Johnny did not attack them near the fire tower. Rather, he stood behind them and was listening to the story which was his own. In this group were Troy and his girlfriend Chris Colt, Aaron Brody, and Rora. In the course of conversation, Aaron starts telling the story which his uncle had told him. There was a boy named Johnny who was grown up in body but was a child in mind. This story is of 70 years ago. Johnny loved playing with toy cars. So one day a man was coming after drinking alcohol. He slipped and fell because of Johnny's stepping on the toy car, and his leg broke. He was not able to go to work for many months, so in this anger he wanted to tease Johnny. So he lured Johnny and called him on top of the tower. He said, He has got a bag full of toy cards. Come to the tower. There are many toys here. If you want them, come and take them." So he reached there secretly, and he did not find any toys there, but a man was standing there wearing a firefighter's mask to scare him. Johnny got scared seeing him and fell from the top. His neck broke and he died on the spot. Those who were on the top of the tower got scared, and they made a plan that they will make Johnny wear a firefighter's mask so that his death looks like he was playing on top and suddenly fell down. That is why he died. Everyone believed this story to be true, but Johnny's dad knew that it was his work. When Johnny's dad went and talked, the matter escalated and a fight broke out. Johnny's dad also died in this fight. The police covered up the whole matter, and people also became quiet. This is not the first time that Johnny has come out. He has come out twice before because of picking up the locket. And if he has to be pacified again, he will have to be buried there with that locket. Only then will he calm down. Anyway, after listening to the story, everyone clapped and took that selfie. They started smoking, and then all the cabbies were standing there, waiting for the opportunity. And after a while, Brody was sitting outside smoking, and Aaron also joined. And while talking, Aaron felt a strong urge. And then what happened? To relieve himself. After getting relieved, Aaron was standing near the bush, listening to a song and smoking. Johnny had already made preparations. He had picked up the hex hanging there, and keeping that hex between Aaron's teeth, he pulled it from behind so hard that they saw Johnny in the car that he had taken, and they were ready to go to the ranger station. But Troy angrily took the keys, and it went straight to Johnny. There was a toy car in his chain, so Johnny took the chain and started playing with it. Chris and Colt left with the car. Roy searched for the keys, but he could not find it and went inside. Johnny reached the car wearing a mask and pressed the horn with a piece of wood, and he started putting the cabinet. Then Troy came out after hearing the sound. Johnny attacked him from behind on his thigh. Then Ivan shot from behind, and Johnny fell unconscious. Troy was not able to walk. Ivan supported him and moved forward. Johnny threw an axe from behind which went straight to Ivan's head. Troy picked up a big stone and hit him on his head, due to which his head got crushed. After this, Johnny checked Troy's pockets, but he did not find that locket. Then Colt and Chris came there, and Johnny started moving towards them. Johnny saw that locket on Chris's neck, and he aimed with the axe. Then Colt saved Chris, and they left from there with the ATV. They went, and Johnny followed them. It was night now, and the ranger was standing with preparations. The ranger was telling Chris that you have made a big mistake by taking that locket. Chris said, "Why don't we give it back to him?" And the ranger said, "Now there is no use of all this. We have to put him to sleep. I have done this before, and my dad has also done it once, and I have to do it again." The ranger shot Johnny, and he fell down. Then when they were tying the chain, Johnny snatched the gun and paralyzed the ranger. Chris and Colt ran away on foot, and Johnny killed the ranger inside that shed by first cutting his hand with a spit machine, and then his neck, and then he moved forward. Chris and Colt planned to lure him and take him to the old tower, but he hit Colt directly on his head with an axe. Seeing this, Chris seemed to have frozen completely. Johnny was repeatedly hitting Colt with an axe. Chris put the locket on a can and started running, but every time she was coming to the same place, and every time when she came there, Chris put the locket on a can and started running. She saw that Johnny was continuously running axe on Colt. While running, Chris injured her leg, and finally she fell down. Finally, she came on the road and saw a car. She asked for help from that.